Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what has the person on your mind realized about their connection with you. You can see an image on your screen right now. You've got 3 options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi Group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's take a look at your oracle cards to begin the reading and find out what has the person on your mind realized about your connection. So the oracles that came out for you are security, then we have rescue and creativity. The numbers 16 or 7 or 7 might have some significance for you in this connection with the person on your mind. One of the first things that this person has realized now in retrospect with regards to your connection is how at home you made them feel, how complete it is that you made them feel, and quite possibly, Group 1 over here with security and rescue, perhaps in a way you saved them. All right. For instance, maybe they were going through something really horrible in their life at the time when they found you, and you helped them to come out of that dark phase of their life and find meaning again, find that light again. So it does seem like you did a pretty good job there. You rescued them, you saved them, you gave them that space wherein they could just be themselves, they could be super comfortable around you. There was never any judgment from your side. They could be their most vulnerable self in front of you. They could do whatever they wanted, they could say whatever they wanted, primarily because of that safe space that you had created for them. But the problem is that they did not value that while they had it. With security over here and creativity, and this is a big message that I'm getting, Group 1, but it seems like whoever this is for whom you are watching this reading might be the kind of person who has certain self-destructive tendencies. They have a tendency to sabotage their own life by doing things that they shouldn't be doing, by engaging in activities that they shouldn't be engaging in. And over here with creativity, and they've realized it themselves, of course, because that's what we're asking, they created problems in this connection. They would stir shit up. Maybe this was the kind of person for whom chaos was what they were very used to. So while they did like the stability and the calmness that you had brought into their life, they weren't used to it. Because like I said, they liked chaos. They were used to chaos. They were used to disruption. So they could have created problems out of thin air, such as blaming you for things you didn't do, making assumptions about you or something that you said or did, and then starting a fight because of that, having issues with your friend circle, maybe suspecting that you've got something else going on with someone else, even though that wasn't the case. And it almost seems like they realized that they ended up hurting their savior. They ended up hurting the one person who believed in them, who made them feel seen, who made them feel heard. And with the creativity card over here, and I just got this download for you guys, Group 1, one of the things that hits them the most now is that during the good phases of this connection, you guys could have planned a whole future for yourselves. This is where we'll settle down, this is where we'll buy a house, this is what we'll name our kids, and so on and so forth. And they set fire to all those dreams, and it was totally unnecessary. And somewhere with rescue, I'm also getting this message, Group 1, that this individual was always on high alert around you. It seems like while you trusted them fully, and not that they weren't grateful for you and for whatever it is that you might have done for them, they had severe trust issues. Severe trust issues. And that could have been one of the big reasons why problems started in this connection in the first place. They were always trying hard to read between the lines, suspecting everything that you were doing. Even if someone would come to meet you, they would assume that it was because you were sleeping with that person and whatnot. So how they managed to massively mess up something so beautiful single-handedly is what they've realized. And it is quite possible, group one, that ever since this connection ended in your life, you moved on, you found someone else, and you're very happy with whoever it is that you're with right now. And even if you're single, it's not like you have a lousy life. Meanwhile, this individual, even when they're surrounded with friends or with family, although I highly doubt that they have too many people to call their own, unfortunately, they feel alone. And I think it is because of that loneliness that their journey of reflection could have kickstarted. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. We have the World, Judgment, and the Two of Pentacles. So with the World card over here, I heard we had everything, which is similar to the energy that I was channeling from the security card also, that whatever it is that you shared with this person, it was so complete in itself. It was a complete and beautiful ecosystem that you had created with them. They realized that they don't want to do this without you. They do not want to do life without you. And with Rescue and Judgment, there is this heavy desperation in your person's energy, group one, for a revival of this connection. And somewhere the fact that Judgment is right underneath Rescue, it almost seems like just how you had saved them the first time around, they want you to save them from this misery again. The only difference is that, of course, at that time, whatever it is that you saved them from could have been a habit, could have been a bad situation. And right now, what they're hoping you can rescue them from is this feeling of having missed out, this feeling of having massively and royally fucked up this connection with you. They also realize that if they come back to you and ask you to revive this connection and ask you to give it a second chance, it will not be easy for you. They know that because of whatever it is that they've said and done in this connection so far, you will have a very hard time to come to the conclusion of whether you want to give them a second chance, whether you want to invite them back into your life again or not. They're still dabbling with it. I'm not seeing any heavy action oriented energy over here. They're still dabbling with the pros and cons of approaching you. So, especially with the energy of security over here, I don't think they have taken any action towards you yet. But know this, they are contemplating it. They are thinking about it for sure. Another thing that they've realized over here with Judgment and the World is how they would deliberately bring up topics that had already been done and dusted, that you guys would have already had elaborate and lengthy debates and discussions on. They were miserable, all right? You tried to make their life better, but instead they made yours miserable. That is what has happened in this connection from what I can see. And they know this now. I do feel like they're in a better place, but definitely there is a sense of loneliness that's hitting them. And when I look at the World card over here also with Judgment, it's almost as if they have everything that they can possibly need around them right now. They have money, they have a roof over their head, They have the ability to buy whatever it is that they want, good food, warm clothes, warm bed. All of that is there. Their needs are being met, but their wants, and their want over here with judgment to get back together with you, that is not being met right now. It's unsatisfied. It's incomplete. And again, with the energy of Two of Pentacles over here with creativity, they've realized how frequently and how unnecessarily they would always make you choose, group one, between them and someone else, between them and something else. It was always it either has to be you and me, this relationship versus your job, or it has to be me versus your best friend, me versus your mom, something like that. They would always make you choose. They would always try to sandwich you like that, put you in a spot, put you in a place wherein you had to make very difficult choices. I don't know whom did you pick. I don't know for how long you kept picking them. But obviously, it would have taken a toll on you too, right? And they realize that now. They realize, wow, group one, what I just heard. You kept burning yourself to give them warmth. That is what you did. And that is what they're realizing now. The magnitude of what all it is that you did for them is what they're realizing now. Okay, so let's see what 1111. Okay, let's see what guidance does Spirit have for you. Higher learning, you have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. When Spirit says over here, you have learned from experience, group one, I feel like the guidance for you over here is to perhaps take this connection as a lesson of what not to do in your future relationships, of how not to make the other person your sole priority, how not to keep on forgetting yourself, or like I said, setting yourself on fire to keep the other person warm over and over and over again till the time your inner light extinguishes. So that shouldn't happen. That is what you've learned from this experience. The cons of what happens when the power dynamics is such. And with further progress over here in inner study, I feel like Spirit is giving you a pat on the back, for whatever it is that you have learned through experience. I just heard what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So maybe that is a song you hear a lot or something you keep saying to yourself a lot. And of course, with further progress in inner study, Spirit is advising you very strongly to keep up on this reflective and healing journey of yours. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group one. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 2, if you guys chose the second image, let's start your reading by taking a look at your oracle cards to find out what has the person on your mind realized about your connection. So the cards that came out for you are Flow, then we have almost immediately Deep Freeze, and we have Chivalry. The numbers, what is this, 3 and 26 might have some significance for you. Maybe your connection started when you were 26 years old or came to an end when you were 26 years old. You guys could have met in March. Maybe there's a 3-year age gap between you guys. Take it however these digits resonate for you guys. Okay, this is interesting. We have flow over here. The water is flowing, it's going, and then cut to no activity, nothing. It's all frozen. So what has this person realized? They've realized that the connection that they had going with you, it was good, it was great, it was smooth sailing. There was absolutely no issue, no botheration, no headache for them from your side. In fact, you could have been a very low maintenance partner. You got along very well with them. There was great chemistry between you guys. There was great compatibility between you guys. You were not the kind of couple who would constantly be fighting. You were very supportive. as a partner, you were very understanding, you were very caring, you were very nurturing, and somewhere with all of this water over here, you were perhaps one of the few people, group 2, who really understood this individual's emotions, their deepest feelings. Sometimes, group 2, I'm hearing you even understood the things they themselves couldn't figure out. You knew better than them how they were feeling. You knew better than them what was going on in their head or what was going on in their heart. And what they've realized is that they could have abruptly ended this connection and it wasn't needed. They could have, in fact, with freeze over here, it's quite possible, group 2, and tell me if it's true, they could have ghosted you. They just disappeared on you. No rhyme, no reason, no answers to your question. They just left you out in the cold like that. They left you with a lot of unanswered questions. They're realizing that someone who was so loving and caring and always so warm towards them in your acceptance of them and in how you behaved with them, they gave you the cold shoulder and it wasn't right. They are realizing that the way they treated you, the way they, you can say, repaid your warmth, it wasn't right. In fact, they didn't repay it at all. They didn't. You gave them comfort, you gave them warmth, and they gave you coldness and bitterness and confusion. With chivalry over here, this is the problem. This is the problem that they are telling us themselves, group 2. They're realizing now that instead of letting what they had with you grow further, go further, they were busy scouting other options. They were busy trying to impress other people, seeing who else is out there interested in them. I'm also hearing hotshot. So it's quite possible that this individual, back when they were with you, they could have considered themselves to be a bit of a hotshot, someone who was very highly in demand. And of course, if that is the case, how can I settle for just one person? Or how can I settle entirely without scouting all my options? What if there's someone better for me out there? And what if the person that I'm settling for, what if that relationship is average and I just want the best? That was their mindset at the time. And now they're realizing, and especially with deep freeze over here, it is quite possible that right now there is little to no activity in their love life. It's also possible, and this is a very weird message for the lack of a better word, but it seems like even though they could have been busy scouting other options and all of that, this person has not been able to feel anything genuine for anyone. It's almost as if when they left you suddenly, the part of them that is capable of feeling emotions for someone stayed behind with you in the past. So even if they have been in relationships with people after ghosting you, there was no love involved. Lust, definitely, surely. Um, an intellectual bond, maybe. Familiarity, perhaps. But deeper feelings, definitely not. It's like their heart went into cold storage and never really came out. And that is another thing. In fact, okay, so this is what I just heard. The reason why they are reflecting on the way that they behaved with you and how they should not have left you out in the cold like that is because they've taken a minute to ponder upon the fact your guides are very active right now, group 2. The intensity with which my nose is itching. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, what led them to stop for a second and think about all these things is because they're realizing that no matter how many times or how many partners they switch, they're not able to open up their heart to anyone like how they had been able to with you back when this connection had perhaps first started. And that could have made them come to the conclusion that There's something seriously wrong with their approach towards relationships and people, and of course, the way they behaved with you. With chivalry over here, and all of this greenery, and especially because we have the water element here as well, it's quite possible that now this person realizes that instead of having the mindset of, the grass is greener on the other side and I have to look for other options, they should have stayed with you there in that connection and watered that grass. The grass is greener where you water it. You know, that is what they're realizing now. And when I look at this lion over here, seems to be, yes, it is in a deep freeze, but it also seems to be a very contemplative posture. It's like it's asleep, deep sleep, yes, and it's getting all of these downloads in its sleep. So the fact that right now your person's love life is barren, it is cold, there is no authentic, real, warm connection around them, the fact that they're not able to love anyone, the fact that they're not able to let anybody that close to them is what has kickstarted this realization that they did you dirty and that you did not deserve it. You also did not see it coming, and that's another thing that they're feeling rather ashamed of. Because with chivalry over here in deep freeze, it seems like whoever this person was, group 2, they had a very good reputation of perhaps being the ideal partner, the ideal boyfriend or girlfriend. But then the manner in which they left your life, it was very cowardly. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. So we have Seven of Swords, no surprises there. We have the Queen of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay, Queen of Swords with deep freeze. Maybe you have given them peace of your mind, group 2. You have said something to them, which could have been very rude, very cold, very blunt. But now they're realizing that they had it coming. Obviously, that is how you would have behaved, given the fact that they had deceived you, given the fact that they had, hidden things from you, hidden the fact that they were scouting their options, hidden the fact that all along they were keeping their options open. So naturally, it was only fair of you to have lashed out at them. If earlier, when you had given them a piece of your mind and they had, tried to justify themselves in any way, they are now realizing that they were actually not in a position to do so, and you had every right to be mad at them. With the Six of Pentacles over here, they're also, of course, realizing now, and especially since it is right underneath chivalry, that instead of going out to try to impress other people, like I said, they should have reciprocated the time, the energy, the effort, and the love that you were pouring so wholeheartedly into this connection. And somewhere with flow over here and the fact that they now see you as this Queen of Swords, they're realizing that the only reason why you are so bitter and cold towards them now is because of them. You were not always like this. You used to be very friendly, you used to be very warm with them, you used to be very welcoming, very approachable. But you're not anymore, especially not with them. So they know that it is because of them that you've had to embody this energy. And they're realizing that it serves them right. They deceived you, so it's only natural that you will go all out in the Queen of Swords' energy with them. They actually could have been very chicken even when you had tried to confront them, even when you had tried to give them a piece of your mind. Even then, they could have hidden facts from you. Even then, either they did not give you proper answers or they just, said things that did not make any sense to you. And now all of that, because they're, in this isolated emotional state, it is hitting them. Okay, let's see what advice does Spirit have for you, group 2. We have Heart Awakening, which says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. I feel like what Spirit is trying to say to you, Group 2, is that you now have a very clear idea of boundaries. You have a very clear idea now about reciprocity, about where to draw the line, about the importance of being in a reciprocal relationship. So believe in yourself that you can give love another chance if you want. Maybe a lot of you, if not all of you, are now of the mindset that everyone is going to turn out like this individual, so what's the point? You've stopped meeting new people, you do not, maybe even you develop trust issues or whatever else it is that you've got going on. Spirit is asking you to tap into your heart chakra again, go back to who you used to be. Of course, you will carry your lessons with you. And somewhere with awaken to divine love, I also feel like Spirit is telling you that the kind of lover that you deserve, who can reciprocate that wholehearted energy of yours, is being sent into your life. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 2. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Group 3. If you guys chose a third image, let's find out using your oracles first. What has the person on your mind realized about their connection with you? So the cards that came out for you are Inner Peace, Cleaning House, and Boundaries. All right. The numbers 37 and or 2 might be having some significance for you in this connection with this person. 10 also, for that matter, the months of October, February. Okay. The first thing that this individual has realized is the beauty of the connection that they had with you. A lot of you, at least a few of you, maybe were attracted towards Group 1 as well, or you might want to check that out if you feel like it. With Inner Peace over here and Cleaning House, the person on your mind has realized how they were never happy in this connection, even though they had no reason to not be happy. It's like they were always finding faults. The image that I just saw, it's like you are wiping a table with a piece of cloth, and then they come very snootily behind you, and they, just they do this and then this, and they're like, there's still some dust left. You did not clean this properly. Nothing that you ever did, and that was just an example, of course, nothing you ever did for this person in this relationship was good enough for them. This relationship was never good enough for them. And with Cleaning House over here, it does seem like at the time when they were in a relationship with you, outside of the relationship, their life could have been very chaotic. Problems at their workplace, problems with their family, problems amongst their friends. So outside of you both, it was a very troubled world for them. But then instead of valuing that one safe haven that they had with you, that relationship, instead of valuing it, instead of cherishing it, instead of recognizing that, okay, this is the only person who can soothe me, whose presence calms me, who makes me, with one hug, makes all my problems disappear, they did not do that. In fact, with Cleaning House, it's quite possible that they brought along all of their problems and just dumped them on you. And definitely, of course, with Boundaries, they're realizing that not once, not twice, but multiple times they crossed your boundaries. Now, of course, this can mean different things for different people. It can mean that sometimes maybe they made you do things without your, what's the word? even though you weren't willing. They made you do things that you were not okay with. They made decisions on your behalf. They tried to control you, they tried to dictate you. They could have even tried to put you down or mock you unnecessarily in front of others, just to show that, like, they were the man of the house or whatever. Did not respect you, did not care at all about your worth, about your self esteem, about your self respect. How would others view you if they constantly keep on belittling you in front of others like that? None of that mattered to them. It's like they were lost in their own world, it seems. And now they're realizing that because of whatever mental health issues or anything else for that matter that was going on with them, it took a toll on their relationship with you. And it's also possible with cleaning house and boundaries group 3 that many a times you could have begged them, advised them, urged them to seek help, but they did not listen to you. They could have said that you have no business telling them what to do and what not to do, which is funny because that is basically all that they would be doing with you, always dictating you, always trying to control you like you were some puppet or a robot and they had the remote control. In fact, even if you look at the inner peace card, one fish is tailing behind the other. They're not swimming together. Maybe that's how they swim. But the message that I am getting from this is that they would always keep you at the back foot. They never treated you like an equal. They never treated you like a partner. They treated you like, someone they could dominate over. And with this tiger over here in boundaries, I feel like you weren't always submissive. You could have been a very fierce person, actually. You could have been the kind of person, group 3, who hates being told what to do. You could have been the kind of person who always speaks their mind, calls a spade, is very bold, not afraid of taking risks. But when you came into a relationship with this person and the way in which they kept on breaking you bit by bit every single day, you started becoming submissive. You started having issues voicing your opinion. And the horrible bit over here is that because of whatever mental health issues they were going through, and the manner in which they would take it out on you, your mental health also, went for a toss. With boundaries and cleaning house, I feel like for most of you, it reached a point wherein you couldn't take more of it and you decided to walk out on this person. And it was only then that you were able to find your way back to who you used to be. And somewhere with cleaning house over here in boundaries, I'm not sure how far along this person is on their healing journey. I don't know how much progress they've made. I don't know if they still are battling with those issues or not. But this stance over here with boundaries, it seems like this was the kind of person, group 3, who always assumed that everyone was out to get them. Instead of identifying that maybe in a lot of instances, they were the problem, they were always projected onto the other person. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Devil. So yeah, definitely they were going through something, group 3. Maybe at that time there was no proper terminology for it. Maybe you did not know much. You wanted to help them, you didn't know how. You recommended that they get help, they refused to. But would you just look at this? On the one hand, we have the Queen of Pentacles, very warm, nurturing, gives it her all. And then on the other hand, we have this Devil over here, trickster, manipulative, plays mind games, keeps you tied down. And again, what I was saying earlier, they would project their nonsense onto you, make you feel like you were the villain. In fact, I'm also being told, group 3, that many a times for their mistakes, you would apologize. They would throw a whole fuss about something, and then at the end of it, you would be the one down on your knees apologizing to them, even though it should have been the other way around. So that is the kind of stress and trauma that you had to go through because of them, which they are realizing now. And okay, it's quite possible that because they are realizing all these things, maybe they finally are taking help, and maybe these are some things that come up during their therapy or whenever they're talking to someone, maybe. Um, but they're realizing what all it is that they put you through for no fault of yours. With the Queen of Pentacles over here, they're realizing that you were so selfless, and there was no need for you to take on their crap, but you did, maybe because you were hoping that one day it'll get better. And then when you realized it won't, you left. It's also possible over here with the Devil, group 3, that for the longest time, this individual could have told you, or the people that know the both of you, that you left them because there was something wrong with you, you were the problem, and that you walked out on them, and that they basically try to portray you as the villain. But now they're realizing that that wasn't true. You were the angel, they were the devil, they were the problem. And with boundaries over here with the Devil, this was a very stubborn person back then. They would never have admitted, like, if you go back to when you guys were in a connection, and if you were to tell this to them back then, that you are the problem, you are the one who's stubborn, you are the one who projects their shit onto other people, they would not have believed a word of it. But now they do. And of course, with the Nine of Swords over here, and if you look at the Nine of Swords, the way that this man has his head in his palms, there is a massive amount of regret that your person is feeling for what all it is that they put you through. And I think it hurts them more because they know that you were in this lovely energy of the Queen of Pentacles and you do not deserve it at all. Okay, let's see what guidance does Spirit have for you, group 3. Focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Group 3, I feel like Spirit is strongly suggesting you that you should by now have a very clear idea of who deserves you and who doesn't. And you shouldn't settle. You shouldn't settle for anything less than what you think you deserve. It is possible that even with this person, you were here and they were here, but you decided to go down and meet them at their level. They did not come up to match yours. And now, precisely because of how things turned out, Spirit is advising you to set your sights higher, to not compromise, to not settle. And of course, with focused intention over here, if you want to practice things like visualization or manifestation with the faith that the best possible person for you, the best possible connection for you will find its way to you, that is what will keep you going. Maybe a lot of you have already found the person that now complements you really well. And if you haven't, with focused intention over here, know that it isn't impossible for you to do so. You can do that. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 3. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. Hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.